Hey, and back with part two of this huge CBCS opening. So this was an order that's been out for a long, long time. It was out for over 2 years. It came back. The shipment was a total of 3 boxes. I've gotten 2 of them as of this recording. Hopefully, fingers super crossed, the last one comes tomorrow. Already opened the first box. It was a smaller box, had 14 books in it. And I think this order had like 72, 73, 74, somewhere around there. So it was a small portion of it. This probably has a much bigger chunk. It makes sense. It would have to if out of a 70-some book order, one box only had 14. And also this is a bigger box. So reasons to have more in it. So I don't know what's in here. I don't know what's... The only thing that I know is that what was in the last box is not in this box. I don't know what is in the box I don't have yet, so I don't know what's in here. It's a mix of some of my stuff I sent in for my personal collection, some that at the time I thought I might resell, but I don't really do reselling anymore. And the books that I sent were cool at the time, but after a year and 2 months, probably no one cares about, so that's cool. But most of the stuff I sent for myself was just for my personal collection. So half of this order was kind of my stuff, and then the other half was various customers, between 4 or 5 different customers. So the first box had a mix of my stuff and customer stuff, probably around that 50-50 split. So they're all kind of mixed up. There was a mix of silver, bronze, and modern all in that previous box, so there's no rhyme or reason to how these are packed by any sort of like tier or age or value or anything like that. It's all, well, I don't know how it is. I don't know what their method of packing is. So CBCS is always good about providing a lot of free packing. And this is kind of wasteful, to be honest, but they take you have these packing paper where they just kind of flatten and then stack them on top of each other, whereas the normal way to use this is to kind of crumple them up and make it so it's like padding, but they don't do that. So what that means is a bunch of extra free packing material for me. So I think this actually has twice the number of books as the previous one does, just at a glance. Because this is about... This is about what was in the last box, but there's 2 of them in here. So I see 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 4. Yeah. So they bundle them in these chunks of 14, 15, something like that, and I have 2 of them in this one. The previous one only had 1. So looking at about twice the books for this one. I'm guessing the missing box is the same. Have a couple of these stacks in there. Now the struggle of unwinding their bubble wrapping job. I did see, looking at the top, there is at least 1 gold label in here. I sent in at least 3 books for signature verification. There might have been more, but 3 I can think of. I mean, it's been over a year, so I don't necessarily remember everything that was sent. I'm sure that you can forgive me. I feel like I'm taking off someone's pants when I do that. You like pull them. Never mind. Don't listen to me. Okay. Oh, no, I saw the top one. So I will put these upside down like that. Let's see. This is good bubble wrap. All right. All right. Let's see. Yeah, I got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15 here. So we'll just start off the top. We have a modern book here. Okay. Daredevil number 9, the first appearance and origin of Echo, Maya Lopez. Nice book to have. One that I had recently picked up with my Daredevil run, but this is not mine. This belongs to a customer, and they are happy. They are happy. So a 9/8 on the Daredevil 9. That is good. That is good. Yeah, that's a good little book. Good little book. Congratulations on that. Yours is better than mine. I hope you're happy. All right, next, Captain America number 333. Super Patriot John Walker becomes Captain America. This must be a customer's book because this isn't something I'd send in. Yeah, okay. Probably just one of those 8.5 books that the customer just loved and wanted it encapsulated. 8.5 seems fair. There's one pretty nasty color-breaking spine tick and a little bit of staining on the back that I can see. So I think 8.5 is probably fair there. Oh, is this what I think it is? Oh, it is. Okay, so just FYI, normally I keep my channel pretty family friendly. It's not going to be for a second here. So this is, is this the gold label? So this is a gold label. This is one that I wasn't thinking of. So I guess there's at least 4 gold labels in here. An artist had seen this on Instagram, where when the comic Berserker came out, the Keanu Reeves Berserker, this artist had gotten a bunch of blank covers and made homages to the Berserker song from Clerks. And had them available, and so I picked one up, and because I thought it was very clever, and I just loved it, and it was also beautiful art. So Berserker number 1, drawn and signed by Andrew Fulweiler. Ooh, I looked at the grade. 9/8. Okay, cool. And then he did the way that Clerks is with the squares. So it is the Russian singer guy singing "Would You Like to Suck My Cock?" Berserker. I thought it was just incredibly clever and really funny. The art is awesome on it. It pays really good homage to the movie. So I got it. And so, and for this to get it gold label, because he's not like a known artist that works for like Marvel, DC, or something like that. There's a form that had to be filled out um, and sent in with it. But and they count it as a witness signature. That's cool. But yeah, I suppose if it's not like a big name, like who's going to say like, oh yeah, this was autographed by the Andrew Fulweiler. Not that Andrew Fulweiler isn't a great artist, but it's just not one of those things that would happen. So I guess they just with that form they say, okay, yes, this it is verified by the artist that he in fact did do this. But that's cool. It's something that I would like to hang up on my wall, but I don't think that I can because I have work meetings here. But you know what? Maybe it's far back enough. I might try to sneak it up. Who knows? Okay, cool. That is the only Gold Label book in this stack. Let's see. Batman: The Killing Joke. I think this is mine. I think it was just a nice looking copy that I decided to get graded. 9.2. Well, that I don't quite understand. I hope there's some notes with that because I don't see. I mean, I understand a 9.8. I see some very, very small things. You know, I have a CGC order coming up. I might crack this and send it to CGC and see what they say. If anything, it'd be an interesting experiment. But I feel like that should be higher than a 9.2. I might try that. We'll see what happens. More to come. Amazing Spider-Man 316. This belongs to a customer. This is a fairly sharp-looking copy. Yep, but fairly famous Venom cover. 9.2. I mean, come on, CBCS. Like, it is white pages. I don't know. That should at least be a 9.4. This feels a bit rough. That feels a little rough, in my opinion. But they didn't ask me, so. Star Wars Purge. This I think is the same customer. I think he just had some Star Wars books that he liked. Yeah, it's not necessarily anything super significant. He just really liked them and liked the covers and would like to see them displayed. So Star Wars Purge 1, a 9.0. Yeah. That makes sense. There's some pretty funky stuff going on the front upper right corner, in addition to some other small things. So that's probably reasonable. This is likely the same thing. So the first appearance of Grand Inquisitor in the Inquisitorius Star Wars. 9.6. Yeah, maybe with a little bit of the corner. I mean, it's hard to between a 9.6 and 9.8. Sometimes it's real tough. Avengers Annual number 10, first appearance of Rogue. This I'm pretty sure is mine. Yeah, just another one of those things I've had for a while, and it's not in great shape. I mean, it's not in bad shape, but I mean, there's a few spine ticks and whatnot. I feel that might be a little bit generous, but I will take it, I suppose. I mean, there's one good spine tick. A little bit of stress at the staples. 9-2 is probably about right. I think I see that one spine tick and my mind extrapolates it more than what it is. If anything, it's probably might be a little high, but it's not completely out of the range. Well, it looks like I have a couple Department of Truth books. Department of Truth of 1/6 printing. Why? I don't know. Why not? That's with the Lady in Red on there. Same basic concept as a lot of the number one covers and reprints. Why I thought it was important to get this graded. At least it's a 9.8. It's grading some weird stuff. Okay, Department of Truth number 1. This is foil cover variant. This is the one I think it came in. It came in like a top secret manila envelope. It was really cool, but the cover itself was also very cool. So I went ahead and got it graded, and 9.8. Cool. Obviously okay with that. Marvel Comics presents number 72. So this is the first appearance of Weapon X. This is mine, I believe. 9.2. This might be another crack and submit to CGC. I don't know about that, but you know, I wouldn't. It wouldn't be bad to do a little test between the two. So I might crack that and resubmit it. Marvel feature number 1, first appearance of the Defenders. I think this is mine. I mean, I know I have this book. I just can't remember if I sent mine in or this is somebody else's. I'll have to check my submission notes. 6.5. I think that's reasonable for what I see. So that's cool. Whose ever it is. Maybe it's mine. Maybe it's not. Justice League of America number 30. Second appearance of the Crime Syndicate. That's a cool book. It's a cool cover. 6.0. Yeah, that's pretty good. That's pretty good. I think that's reasonable. Yeah, I can get behind that. Hulk 141, first appearance of Doc Samson. This is mine. Just one of those Hulk keys that I wanted to get graded. It's not in the super best shape. I'm guessing it's off-white pages. But it's a good presenting book. It's not without its issues. 7.0. Okay. Yeah. Yeah. I think that's pretty fair. But it got white pages though. Huh. And Star Wars War of the Bounty Hunters Director's Cut. This surprisingly I don't think it belongs to the person the other Star Wars books have belonged to. Yeah. 9.8. Super cool. All right, I'm going to make a little more space over here. And pull out the next stack. This is hard work. I'm getting warm. I'm also wearing like a sweater thing, so probably isn't helping. I mean, I'd say overall, the grades have been good. Nothing too terribly disappointing. There's been a couple that I've been like, I think it probably should have been higher. Or at least could have been higher. But, you know, with the amount of books that have been opened so far, to not have any like, what the heck, you know, sort of moments. I think we're doing pretty good. I think customers for sure are doing really well, which is obviously really important to me. Okay. So you're left with like this, right? Where this is open, and you have to like peel it off like this, right? Like pants. I'm not totally weird. Well, I am, but it's not totally unreasonable to get that whatever. Now I'm just making it weird by talking about it. I saw one that I'm pretty happy about. Okay. So here we have another 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Another 15. So there was 30 total in this one. Amazing Spider-Man number 299. This is a customer's book. Evidently, it's 298 and 299 have kind of spiked a little bit recently. I mean, this customer's sending them in just because he loves these books, and I know, yeah, that's good. Not looking at grades. I was trying to see if there's any gold labels in here. It looks like there's not. The rest of the gold labels are in that third box, which is unfortunate. I was really excited for those other ones. All right, so yep, that's reasonable for what I see. And 298 belonging to the same customer. This looks in better shape and receives a grade befitting of that. But yeah, first appearance of Eddie Brock in cameo, cool. And first Todd McFarlane Spider-Man. So this is actually a pretty important book. I didn't realize, man, Todd McFarlane came up with, drew Venom really early on in his Spider-Man career. I didn't realize it was that close. Cool. Let's see. All new Captain America. 9.6. Yeah. Yeah, there's a kind of a nasty blunt on one of the corners. Oh. Okay. So this is mine. This I just sent in for funsies because it was cool. So Aliens, the Deadliest of the Species, Ashcan. Oh, Aliens, Predator, Deadliest of the Species. It's a gold foil cover. I just thought it was cool, so I sent it in. 9.6. Okay. Okay, if you say so, CBCS. Um, Stories, Chris Claremont. That's cool. There's no value to it. I just thought it was neat, so I sent it in. I think I paid $5 for it. I think it was just it was like in a thing rummaging through some show. I thought it was cool, and yeah, all right, whatever. I did not expect it to come back on 9.6, but that's fine. More Alien. This I believe this is mine. This is the Delato variant. I think I have the Virgin and the Trade both in here. It's just a really cool alien image. 9.6. I'm pretty sure I pre-screened these at 9.6. And there's no rejects in here, so whatever pre-screened so far have all passed. So first appearance of aliens in Marvel Comics. It's kind of a weird thing, but yep, that's definitely goes up on the wall book for sure. Thor #1, second appearance of Thor, Goddess of Thunder in cameo. Wait. Second appearance in cameo. Whatever. 9.6. Yeah, I mean, yeah, you can't really complain too much about 9.6 through against 9.8. It's just sometimes, especially just at a glance like that. So it's sure. Thundercats #1. This is mine. I grew up on Thundercats. I love Thundercats. I love this book. So first appearance of Thundercats and Mumra in comics. Based on the 1985 Rankin Bass animated television series, Origin of Lion-O. Wow. Okay. Okay. Cool. Yeah, 9.4. I'm more than happy with that. The Toxic Avenger #1. This is also mine. So this first Toxic Avenger in his own title. So I just stumbled across just like a really good looking copy of this book. And thought it was worth having graded, so I had it graded. So that's basically the story of that. I'm not a huge Toxic Avenger fan. Don't get me wrong, I do like the Toxic Avenger. Those Troma movies are awesome. But I don't have any like personal connection or deep desire for this book. Personally, it's just I came across a really, really good looking copy for a good price, so I sent it in. Like I said, it was a really, really good looking copy, so I sent it in. So yeah, 9.8. Yeah. Stories by Doug Mensch. That I didn't know. So that's cool. Not sure what I'm going to do with that, but probably, hopefully at least worth what I put into it of buying it and getting it slabbed. Next up, Amazing Spider-Man #300. So this is the second one of these. The first one, I can't remember, was the first one in this? I've already gone through so much. I can't remember if the other one was in the previous box or this box. But yeah, there were two of them, and they were easily distinguishable. I'll only send in multiple copies of the same book if it's like super, super easy to distinguish between them after they've been slabbed. In this case, it was. The last one was an 8.0. This is a 5.0, so obviously there's something that was distinguishable. In this case, there's a stain on the direct mark. So, in my submission notes, I would have put a note there like, stain on direct barcode or something. It was this customer's versus this customer's. So, it's something that I've turned books away on, not just to press them, but to include them on a bulk order if there's already one of that book on there. if there's no like very very distinguishable way to tell them apart, because I don't want to worry about that confusion. In this case, there's no question. But yeah, 5-0 for that book. It seems fair, given the stain and the wear and a lot of spine ticks going on. So I think a 5-0 is fair on that one. Looks like we have another Department of Truth. This time we have this metal cover. So this is the first metal. I don't have any metal covers. This is the only metal cover that I have. Yeah. And so I got it for Department of Truth because, again, I love that book. And then when it comes, like, if you have a raw metal cover, storing it, I feel, could be problematic. Like, I don't want it to somehow damage other books it's being stored with because of, metal and, like, hard edges. But also, I really like the cover and thought I could hang it on the wall, so I figured the best thing to do with it is to get it graded. I didn't put a minimum grade on this one because I don't have experience grading metal cover books. I'm not sure what the technique is for that, so I'm like, whatever it is, it is. So 9.4. Sure. Like, how do you grade that? Like, I see, like, on the back cover, which is not metal, there's like some rubbing and things like that. So it's probably that. And I'm sure they look at the interior cover, that this thing is the metal is glued to. But yeah, that's cool. I'm happy with that. And this is just one, like, I just want it graded. No real expectations of it coming back. Fantastic Four number 66. So this is the first of the two-part origin of him who eventually becomes Adam Warlock. This is mine. I think I overpaid for this book. Not because of condition. I think the condition was what it was sort of reported to be. But I think there was a time when it was thought that this book was going to be a bigger deal than what it was, or something. But it spiked up for a moment, and I picked it up, and I don't think it's quite worth what I paid for it, which is my own fault on that one. But it was in pretty good shape, so I sent it in. Yeah, 7.5. That's reasonable. It's a cool cover as well, so yeah, it is what it is. This is also mine, Fantastic Four number 51. This is just, it was a beautiful copy of this super iconic cover of this super iconic story. I love Fantastic Four. I love this cover. I love this story. I picked up a good looking copy of it. Again, cleaned it, pressed it, made it look better, and sent it in just because it is what it is and would be a good wall hang book. Yeah. Yeah. I'm more than happy. More than happy with an 8.0 on this. It's such a I think this is just one of the best FF covers that there is. Especially if you're a Thing fan, right? Like, you can't get better than that. Oh, great. Another Department of Truth number 16 print. I needed 2 of them. Cool. 9.8. Great. Okay. So these I sent in. So these last two, this bottom one I already saw, so I'm gonna go with that one first. But these are mine. They are issues in a series that I have multiple times been quite negative on, but these covers and the character that's in this series is fantastic. So I got them graded because they were also in very good shape. So, Mark Spector Moon Knight number 55. So this is so the first Stephen Platt artwork at Marvel. You see the S. Platt, fairly classic Moon Knight Platt. So these for Mark Spector Moon Knight. So first of all, it is if you like Moon Knight, do not read this series. It is not Moon Knight, but Platt did the covers for the last few issues of it, and the last few issues are both they're great Platt works. They're also lower print run, so they're a bit pricier than some of the other issues in that series, along with just the rise in price or value of Moon Knight stuff. But I had gotten my hands on a couple of really nice copies of some of these Platt works, so I decided to send them in, and 9.6 I am more than happy with. Don't read this. Don't read this series at all. I do not recommend it in the slightest bit. But it's a cool cover. And then the other one was, the Platt one, 57, that has Spider-Man. It's the, it's the 300 homage, right? But with Moon Knight, like, man, this is a high grade. It's Spider-Man and Moon Knight, two of my favorite Marvel heroes on the same cover. I have to send it in, and yay. And yay for me. I don't know if this is like wildly valuable, but it's one of the harder Moon Knight books to get, and it's an awesome cover that I'll be happy to display on the wall, and it's a 9.8, so hooray. I think overall we're pretty happy with that. That's the last one of that stack, so the last one of that box. No rejects or anything in there, because I did have a handful of pre-screens, but I don't think I have any rejects. So yeah, that's it for the second box. We'll have the third box soon. Hopefully it shows up tomorrow would be nice, just to get it in hand and not have to worry about it. Like it's not so much that I want the books, or I want my books. Like I just want it to be okay, for like my customers' books and in my books as well. But it's just like, it's not the having them; it's the knowing they're safe. is the real thing there. But that's it. And let me know your thoughts on those books and those grades and all that. And like, comment, subscribe, of course. Hit the notification bell, all that stuff. And don't forget to make yours Titan. This video was brought to you by Titan Comic Pressing. Follow us on Facebook and Instagram at Titan Comic Pressing LLC.